Hi, my name is Randy Fairfield, Mr. EdTech, and I'm a technology instructional coach in the Richland School District. Today, I'm excited to share my passion and love of Google Sites with you. To me, Google Sites is the crown jewel of the Google Apps for Education, and it really brings a lot of all of these individual Google pieces, like slides and sheets and forms. It really brings them together into one nice package that you can then choose to publicly display, share just within your district, or keep private to just yourself and maybe a few other people. So I'd love to share with you today 9 different ideas that I have for how you can use Google Sites. 8 of the things that I'll be showing you are original content from just this past school year. One of the things I'll be sharing with you is not. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this here is an actual Google site itself, and I'll be adding lots of Google Apps for Education resources and ideas onto this page in the future. You can find this by going to mredtech.com. So here on Google Sites is my one idea so far of the 9 different ideas. I'll be adding lots of different how-to videos on here later on, and some support documentation and these kinds of things. Today is just trying to build some inspiration for you. So first idea, publicly display your calendar. Second idea, have a website for your club. Third idea, aggregate content for a lesson or two. Fourth idea, create a website for your class. 5, promote a school-wide initiative. 6, help out your union. 7, create building and district websites. You'll notice this is getting progressively more and more involved. Last couple ones are just kind of fun. Track your diet and your exercise. And then finally, create a punch card system. So 9 different ideas here, each getting progressively more interesting perhaps as we go. All right, so let's go through and take a look. Number 1, publicly displaying your calendar. So this is a website I made. I'm a CST, classroom support teacher, another name for an instructional coach. And I keep track of my calendar on Google Sites, or on Google Calendar, and then I use Google Sites right here to insert that calendar, and then I can send this link out to the staff members that I work with so they can check on my availability. So for me, it's a lot easier to share my calendar with other people that I work with simply by sending this link out rather than making them have to go through our Outlook calendar that we keep. All right, my next idea, create a website for your club. So I'm the advisor for the chess club at the middle school that I work in, and I decided to put a little website together for the students to help them get excited about the fact that, hey, their pictures are up on the website, that kind of thing. I could also send this out to parents as a communication piece about tournaments and when they're going on, and link flyers and these kind of things out here. Put some links out there to other places that the parents and the kids might be interested in going to relating to chess. So this was a really neat resource for me this year just to share with my students that were in my chess club and with their parents. And at this point, you might be wondering, well, how do I do all this stuff myself? That stuff is coming soon. I'm just trying to get some ideas out there for you right now. All right, next one, maybe aggregate content for a lesson or two into a page. So I actually have this on my Google Drive page, and one way that you can use Google Drive is to have students create portfolios. So in the Avid elective class, the teacher that I worked with, she had her students do just that, and I used this page here on my Google site to aggregate a Google form, a Google Slides presentation, and another Google form, a pre-assessment and a post-assessment with some information on a Google Slides spreadsheet that I can then open up right here and edit. And by editing, I automatically update the website by updating the content that's on here. All right, next idea, maybe the one that you probably thought you were coming to see, is about making a teacher website. I actually haven't done that with Google Sites myself, but here's a teacher that has, and my goodness, Mr. Stout, well done. All kinds of stuff on here. You've got your units of study, so you can tell he's really gotten full functionality out of his Google site. I haven't really used it for that reason, but of course, that's something that you might want to consider. This year, I've served as the Avid co-coordinator in my building, and I created a Google site specifically for trying to help promote Carmichael spreading school-wide in our building. And so here within this site, I've got our school Twitter feed, and hey, I just talked about this, about how we made Google Drive portfolios, and Avid actually favorited this tweet here. So putting our school Twitter feed out on here, and then tweeting stuff out about Avid. This right here is actually just an embedded doc that other people have access to. And so since they have access to this doc on this page here, they can update the website without actually updating the website. All they have to do is change the information that's on the doc, and then the website will automatically update with that dynamic content. So how many times have you had a website that only a few people, the webmaster, knows how to actually get in and edit, and then the information grows stale and old, and yeah, that's no good at all, right? But what's cool is by embedding docs and slides and sheets and forms that other people are able to edit, the website will automatically update if you've embedded those things into the site and they've made the changes on those docs, slides, sheets, and forms. So it helps the content on your site become much more dynamic and not grow stale. I put some stuff out here for students, all kinds of resources for them. So say their Cornell notes, they lost their notes, they could go to this page and print these off from home. Made some videos that the students were excited to see. You know, videos of them and things that they did related to Avid were up on the website. I put the link to this Google site. I asked the guy that runs our building website to link to this on the front page of our school website. So this is a kind of operates separate from our school website. You can see here that you can embed YouTube videos really seamlessly within the Google sites, which is awesome. With this one here, I would once every month and a half or so, I'd send out a newsletter to our staff. And rather than having it be just like a publisher file that I emailed out to them, I made the newsletter in Google Slides. I then embedded the Google Slides presentations into this page here. And so instead of emailing them the Google Slides link, I would email them the link to the web page to drive them to the site. And then they would come and look at the newsletter here. And what's cool is inside each of these, you can embed YouTube videos as well. So this was a really neat way for me to, if you build the Google site, they won't necessarily come, right? You have to promote it. You have to get it out there. And so my way of driving some traffic to the site was sending out those staff-wide emails that had the link to the website with the Avid newsletter. So again, I had to go into some of the Avid elective classes and share with the students, hey, here's how you get to this site from our main school site. Here's where you would go to download these materials. And since then, a lot of students have done that. So being strategic about driving traffic to your Google site is important if you're not going to be the only one using it. In that way, I've helped out our union. We're looking to update. They already had a Google site, and they wanted to update it, and so I helped them out with that. You can do announcements and things on here. There's all kinds of information I helped them sort through and create here. So this one here, so this idea is for your whole building or your whole district starting to use Google Sites. And there's a number of awesome examples here of some districts that have done just that. I like to just pull these up every once in a while, look and see. But these guys here did a really good job of designing their entire district website, around Google Sites, which is pretty cool. So here's another one, really good looking one that this elementary school put together, and another one as well. So in any event, one idea that kind of relates to this is the Google site that you create. If you're in a Google Apps for Education managed domain, you can have that Google site remain only visible to people that are logged in with that domain. So for example, since I'm in the Richland School District, I could make it to where this site that I put together relating to Avid, was only visible if you're logged in under an rsd.edu account. How could that be useful? There's a lot of districts that use things like SharePoint and internal sharing places that then when people leave the school district and go home, they can't log into those areas and access those materials. So Google Sites could be an amazing replacement, if not just a supplement to those shared drives. And you could put a lot of things out there, a lot of resources out there, and promote things like, say, your district PD calendar, for example, to staff members, but have it be shared only internally within and not out there in the public. So you could be useful in that way as well when we're talking about district and building websites. All right, so the last two, these ones are just kind of fun. So one thing I'm doing, I'm trying to lose weight. I started out to 232 pounds. I'm down to about 205 right now. I've got still some ways to go by August. I'd like to meet my goal here by the end. I'm not on track at this point, but I'm hitting the diet hard. And I created this because for me, I have a really hard time keeping track of all the paper copies of writing in my diet and writing in my exercise. I don't always have all that stuff on me when I'm dieting and exercising, and I'm terrible about remembering to fill that stuff in. So what I did was I created this Google site, and I track my diet and my exercise here. This page here is just an embedded Google form, and I have this page saved on my phone. So if I go and I eat a cheeseburger with fries, right here up on my phone, I'll pull the page up. I'll scroll down to right here. I'll click on the microphone on my phone, and I'll say cheeseburger with fries, and then I will check the box here with my mood and then hit the submit button. And what that does, since I've entered it into my form, is it creates the spreadsheet that's time-stamped, and it has my diet being tracked. Now you'll see I've been bad about this. I haven't done it since last April, so maybe you can go down here, and since I've enabled comments on this page, you could go down here and leave a comment to encourage me. And I use this, I'd like to use this with people to hold me accountable. And same thing going on with my exercise. If I exercise, go through what did I do for how long, hit submit, and what do I get as a result. I get a spreadsheet that shows what I've done and when. So internet's running kind of slow here, but you get the picture. All right, the last one's one of my favorite stories of the year. I was telling people about the type of work that I do when I was getting a haircut at a barber shop. And then when I was done getting the haircut, it took them literally 4 to 5 minutes to pull my name out of this huge, thing of cards. And they were trying to do a punch card system, and they were keeping track of it all on their own. And there's hundreds and hundreds of cards that are trying to wade through to find mine. And I, was in a bit of a hurry, but I was very polite and kind and said, if you're interested, I could help you try to create a punch card system to replicate what you've got going on here with all of these cards in your file drawers. Would you be interested in that? And they said, oh my gosh, yes, we spend half of our time giving haircuts and the other half of the time going through these cards. So again, the idea behind this is a Google form on one side, and the only people that can see this Google site are the people that I've given permission to do it with. And so this is not public out on the web. This is their internal tracking system. So they enter their name and their customer's name and the customer's haircut preference and hit submit. And when they do that, this is just a copy of the site. It's a template, but it'll enter in that information here. And I've got a formula that I created that'll go through and count the number of instances it tracks of the customer's name, puts a number with those instances, and every time it ends in 10, ends in 0, like 10, 20, 30, 40, it'll change colors so they know the customer gets a free haircut. So my son and I now get free haircuts for life. Thanks to Google Sites, Google Forms, Google Sheets. So again, I hope, I know I didn't give a whole lot in the way of direction on how to do all of this stuff, but I hope I have given you some ideas on how powerful Google Sites can be for you and how you might use it in your own classroom, in your own building, in your own school district, in your own life. Thanks, and have a great day. And look forward to some tutorials on how to do some of these things that I just showed you.